This is the Mi-24 Hind aircraft. This particular one came from Bulgaria. It was built in 1981. As everyone probably knows, the Hind is a very large, very fast Russian attack gunship, and first developed in 1972, built in 1972 by the Russian Mil Bureau, and designed in the Russian Mil Bureau, built in Rostov in Russia. This particular aircraft came over in 2005 to the Cold War Air Museum, along with two other aircraft of the same type. And we also brought 4 Mi-2s over at the same time. This aircraft is extremely reliable, extremely fast, and an extremely potent aircraft. It's got, as you can see, on either side, the wings carry 3 arming stations. There are the 2 inboard stations carry rockets or gun pods or aerial mines or bombs. And the front seat would be controlling most of the weapons most of the time. You can fly from either cockpit. Mostly the flying is done in the rear cockpit by the pilot. You can fly, however, from the front cockpit. If you were to get in and you're flying straight ahead, in order to control and fire the missiles, you have to lean to the right, then you have to reach back further to the right to fire the missiles. The missiles would go on either of the outboard wing stations, and there's another rack that you would attach there, and you can use either the AT-2 or the AT-6, and those are SAC-LOS, semi-active command line of sight missiles. The aircraft itself, the design philosophy here from the Russians was obviously to make it very solid, very well built. As you can tell, the sides are titanium plated around the pilot and co-pilot. The engines are also titanium plated, as well as the gearbox. So they cared a lot about preserving the essential elements. The front plates on each of the co-pilot and the pilot's cabins are 50 caliber resistant. So you can shoot a 50 cal round here, and theoretically you're going to live. It's not going to penetrate. It's the airspeed on this is 180 knots max, 181 knots max. It will, some people have asked me, well, can it really hover? Yes, it can really hover. We've had no problems. It's a very powerful aircraft. The 2 engines there produce 2,225 shaft horsepower apiece. So very powerful, almost 4,500 shaft horsepower. The wings also help to provide speed, giving up to about 25% of the lift at higher airspeeds. So it's very effective and a very well-made aircraft. Structures on this are very solid. There are no leaks in any of the oil or hydraulics or fuel systems whatsoever. You can go around the aircraft and check it out. There are no drip pans that we need for this, which was not always the case in some of the military, U.S. military craft that I flew. And I'm sure any the veterans can back me up on that. Also, one of the interesting facts about this aircraft is the blades go opposite from the American blades. So you can tell we'll be going clockwise here, whereas the U.S. would be going counterclockwise, which, as you pull power, creates a need for a right pedal instead of a left pedal, as is the case with the American helicopters. We keep 2 of these running down at the Cold War Air Museum just south of here, about 20 to 30 minutes in Lancaster at the Lancaster Regional Airport. And we also have several other Russian aircraft, to include the Mi-2. So if you have that opportunity, there are brochures here and handouts. And if anyone has any questions, I'd be more than happy to entertain any questions at this time.